Good Thursday morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber, 12 News Weather Impact meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Every morning we're going to come to you right around this time, about 10 o'clock, and just kind of give you an update of what's going on weather-wise, not only here but across the U.S., and just kind of let you know what's going on. Spend about 10-15 minutes with you and just kind of look at what's going on this morning and through the next 7 days or so. We've got the holiday weekend coming up, of course. Looks like pretty good until we get to Memorial Day, which unfortunately looks like that day is going to be kind of wet, as we'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But until then, hot and looks like a dry forecast. All right, let's check out what's going on. Here's kind of the rest of the day forecast if you just want a quick update before you maybe head off somewhere. And the rest of the day, we're expecting to see highs up there right around 90 degrees. We'll back off to the upper 80s by 6, and by 10 o'clock this evening, we'll see temperatures still holding on to close to 80. In the lakes area, we'll be looking at some upper 70s then. But partly to mostly cloudy skies. Shouldn't really see any rain today. If we'd see anything, it would be something very isolated, not a repeat of yesterday. If you remember yesterday, at this time I joined you and we had some very heavy rain falling across mid-county down towards the coast. We even had some small hail through mid-county. It wasn't very big, but there was some hail out there with some of those thunderstorms that came through. We actually had that severe thunderstorm warning for a little bit. Nothing like that for this morning. Things are pretty quiet. We do have a front in the area. I'll show you that. But that's not going to do much except warm us up as we go through the next couple of days. We're going to get hot today, and we're going to stay hot as we go through the weekend with temperatures near 90. Allergy report for today. Tree is low, medium on weed, and then grass and mold are on the high side. So if you're really sniffing the season today, you might be looking at a mold or grass allergy. Even weed, a tree, like I said, has dropped off a little bit earlier in the season. We saw those high tree pollen, but not so much right now. They've been staying fairly medium to low. All right, outside, let's take a look at a couple sky cams. First, we'll start over in southwest Louisiana. You can see partly cloudy skies over in Lake Charles, looking down towards some of the waterways there in Lake Charles. Actually, right there off to your bottom right of your screen, that is the port of Lake Charles. And right across the way, it's hard to see, but you can kind of see it over here, is the I-10 bridge, the famous I-10 bridge that Lake Charles area is trying to hopefully get rid of and replace it with a new bridge. That one's been up for a while. It's kind of bad. Anyway, so yeah, we're looking at partly cloudy skies over in the Lake Charles area. And as we look over here towards our 12 News studio right outside here, we have mostly cloudy skies. And not seeing any rain. Looks like it could rain with some of these dark clouds, but definitely looking at mostly cloudy skies right overhead here. We have a camera outside on our tower looking down on I-10. Looks like traffic's going along smoothly there on I-10 despite all the construction we have. Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. And some mornings we see that traffic really backed up here. Some mornings it's flowing pretty good. I'm sure over the next several months with the construction that we're going to see along I-10, especially as they redo the curve there, that we're going to be seeing a lot of backups on this camera as traffic could become kind of a nightmare. Let's take you up towards the lakes. Here is Jasper, partly cloudy skies there. This camera brought to you by Provalis, the Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. And we've been seeing mostly clear skies up there this morning. Temperatures this morning in Jasper were down into the middle 60s. Very comfortable, a little less humidity, but that humidity is creeping back today thanks to south winds. But you can see clouds starting to form a little bit over towards the Jasper area. We're going partly cloudy skies there. So overall across the entire area, partly mostly cloudy skies. We'll see those throughout the day, and then we will see those hot temperatures. Right now we're working into the 80s here at a little after 10 o'clock this morning. You can see right at 80 in Silsbee, also right at 80 here in Beaumont. 81 Port Arthur, Orange at about 87, and then Kirbyville, I'm not sure if that number's updated yet, but it's showing 77. Might be a little bit closer to 80 degrees. Jasper's at 82, and good morning there in Woodville. We're currently showing about 81 there. So temperatures are already in the 80s, so expect these numbers to go up closer to 90 as we get into this afternoon. Maybe some lower 90s for places like Jasper and Woodville, maybe 92, 93, somewhere in that range. Don't forget, if you're going to be outside, especially working or playing during the afternoon hours when we do get into those lower 90s. Now, the heat index is not going to be too high, but still, when you're up there outside with temperatures between 90, 95, you want to just slow down a little bit, stay hydrated, and if you can, take a break from time to time into the AC, or at least some shady spots, something like that, just to make sure you don't overexert yourself a little bit. Once we get into July, August, when we get those heat indices up into the 100s, maybe 110 or so like that, that's when we really need to take care. And of course, we'll wait for that. Right now, we're still in May. We'll just deal with the temperatures that are right at about 90. Like I said, yesterday we were very active at this time. We had all kinds of showers and thunderstorms across the triangle here, Jefferson and Orange counties. Today it's very quiet. We don't have much going on. Not expecting much out there for today. If anything, like I said, just an isolated shower. Shouldn't be a whole lot. So the entire area is looking dry. Matter of fact, you go into southwest Louisiana, not much showing up there as well. Pretty quiet. That little green you see over here in Lake Charles, that's the radar site, and sometimes you get a little clutter around the radar site. So we're seeing that there, but overall, nice quiet morning out there. Here's satellite and radar for our region, and that cold front that went through yesterday that was sitting right off the coast. That was the focus for the showers and thunderstorms. Well, it's starting to move back north as a warm front. Still the focus for some showers and thunderstorms, but they're off to the east. They're out in the Gulf of Mexico, something we don't have to worry about. This secondary cold front behind it, that's going to be washing out pretty soon. This warm front will take over and push a little bit farther towards the north. There are some thunderstorms firing up right now south of Oklahoma City. These are going to be sliding into parts of northern Texas as we go through the afternoon. The area around Dallas is under possibly a watch for today, thanks to maybe some strong thunderstorms there. So if you have any travel plans taking you up into North Texas, especially around the Dallas area, watch out for later on this afternoon, as they could see some strong to severe weather. That should stay to our north. I don't think we'll have to worry about it, but yeah, along the Red River Valley could be very active as we get into this afternoon and early this evening with around some severe weather. So those folks up there watching it, like I said, if you have some kind of a flight maybe late to Dallas for today, watch out for that, as we'll see possibility of some delays there. But right now, all we see is this cluster of thunderstorms that are developing just south of Oklahoma City. I believe that's I-35 there between Oklahoma City and Dallas, and things starting to flare up there. But this warm front will continue to move north. Like I said, we'll be in the 90s today. Looks like we'll be in the 90s as we go through the weekend. Eventually we'll see some 80s next week, but that's because of the showers and the thunderstorms that are going to be developing across the area. Let's expand this out. Let's see what's going on real quick across the rest of the country. You can see pretty quiet across the Gulf Coast states. Not much going on. There is that cluster of thunderstorms in Oklahoma. We have some showers out in the Gulf. And then as we look over towards New England, seeing some showers over towards New York, up into parts of Pennsylvania, New York State. It looks like maybe a few showers up into parts of Canada there. Just north of New York State there, but area of low pressure spinning around, creating some showers there. Most of the country is pretty quiet, not much going on through the middle sections of the country. We have a few showers out. Looks like a little storm system coming into the Pacific Northwest with a few showers there. Looks like Oregon, Idaho, into Washington State as well. California, Nevada, New Mexico, looks like Utah and Colorado, pretty quiet, as well as New Mexico. All right, let's take a look at our forecast. Futurecast showing temperatures climbing up to the lower 90s for today. I don't think we'll see any rain. Now, Futurecast trying to show maybe a couple isolated showers. Like I said, if we see anything today, it'd be less than 10% coverage. We don't expect to see a whole lot out there. We're going to see temperatures going from the lower 90s to some middle to upper 80s as we head towards 7 o'clock. And then as we drop into about 10 o'clock, most of the area should be falling back to right around 80 or at least some upper 70s with partly cloudy skies. Overnight, we'll go mostly cloudy. Temperature's going to be falling back into the lower 70s. I think Futurecast is a little warm for tomorrow morning. I think we'll look at maybe about 75 to about 70 degrees up towards the lakes area. So it's going to be another fairly comfortable start tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, once again, we'll break out to some partly cloudy skies. Lunchtime will be in the middle 80s. And then tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting to see highs near 90 again. Once again, Futurecast trying to show maybe a couple of showers here or there. If we see anything Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, looks like there'd be just isolated showers. Nothing to cancel any outdoor plans or anything like that. Looks like a majority of your holiday weekend looking good. Like I said, it's just Memorial Day that we're expecting to see some wet weather. And I know a lot of folks are like, well, that's the day I was cooking out. That's the day I was going to go out and do some stuff. Well, you might be able to get a little bit in, but you won't have to dodge some showers here and there. I think if you have plans, if you can do those Saturday and Sunday, I think you'll be better off than trying to do them on Monday. As we take a look at our coastal marine forecast for your Thursday, no advisories out there along the coast. A southeasterly wind of 5 to 10 knots. Seas only about 2 feet. You can see the winds out into the Gulf there, east, or like Texas Point, east 9-10 miles an hour. So nothing to really write home about. Water temperature there in the Gulf at about 84. Only one high tide today. That's right around the lunch hour. Matter of fact, starting off your lunch hour at 12:03. And then we have a few low tides. One was earlier this morning. Our next one's around 6:38 for this evening. Our sunrise was at 6:19, so that's getting a little earlier. And then our sunset's getting a little later every day. Right now, for today, we'll go with about 8:07. Just look for a light chop on the inland lakes and bays today, and generally some partly to mostly cloudy skies right along the coast there. All right, our forecast for today, we're calling for mostly sunny skies up towards the lakes to partly cloudy skies through the inland areas of southeast Texas and the Triangle. When we say inland areas of southeast Texas, we're talking about Hardin County, southern Jasper and Newton County. The lakes area will go in all the Tyler County and then northern parts of Jasper and Newton County. That's how we break it down. And then the Triangle, of course, is just Jefferson and Orange County. So lower 90s up towards the lakes, 92, 93. Around 91, 92 towards inland southeast Texas today, and then the Triangle, we're looking at around 90 to 91 as far as afternoon highs. Now tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We'll see clouds gather a little bit overnight, but not expecting any rain. Temperature's going to be near 70, places like Burkeville, Newton, Jasper, and then Kirbyville, Warren, Spurger going to be around 71. Drop a little bit farther south, looking at Koontz, Silsbee, Buna, Deweyville, about 72. And then slightly warmer as we head towards the Triangle here. Places like Mid-County, Bridge City, say Orange, down towards LaBelle, 73, 74. So not too bad. Our normal low this time of year, right there getting close to 70, upper 60s and 70. So we'll be a little bit above that as far as overnight lows. All right, our 7-day forecast, like I said, quiet through Sunday. We'll see those lows dropping back down into the 70s each morning. A little warmer towards the weekend, 75 on Saturday, 77 on Sunday, but we'll see our afternoon highs sitting right at about 90 there. And then here comes, unfortunately, a wet period Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as we're expecting a front to come through the area on Tuesday. We'll also have a disturbance coming in. That's going to help kick off some of the showers and thunderstorms. Monday, Memorial Day, I don't think it's going to be raining all day long. The showers and thunderstorms will be scattered around. Probably the best thing you can do is just download the 12 News Now app if you haven't already. And you can pull the radar right up there at any time and check out what's going on. You might find a 1 or 2 hour window there where you can find some dry weather, get out and do some barbecuing or something like that. Or maybe even see an extended period where we see a little bit less rain. There'll be other times, though, on Memorial Day where it's going to be wet, and it's going to be wet maybe for a couple of hours or so. Tuesday, same deal. We're going to be dealing with those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Once again, at times it's going to be fairly heavy, and other times we might not see any rain during Tuesday. And then Wednesday will be more of some isolated showers that we pull up across southeast Texas. So it won't be too much on Wednesday. Nice thing about the rain and the thunderstorms is that it will bring our temperatures back down into the 80s. 88 on Monday, 86 on Tuesday, and then 85 on Wednesday. So I guess that's a little bit of a help, but still looking at, like I said, a wet period there early next week. Rainfall amounts maybe 1 to 3 inches from Monday to Wednesday. Totals will be about 1 to 3 inches. So some places could pick up a pretty good dose of rain. Other spots maybe about 1 inch or so. So maybe not. We can always use some rain. So after this period of 4 or 5 days here where we'll be seeing some drier weather, some rain might not be a bad thing. Unfortunately, it's going to be right in the middle of our holiday on Monday, so not too happy about that. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. We've been